You Honest John?
That is my name, Honest John.
Are you just a guy I want to see?
Good.
Now, yesterday you sold my son one of your used cars.
Probably did.
Yes, you did.
Hello.
Told him that the brakes work, but we found out that they don't. You told him that the car was in A1 condition where the fenders fell off this morning. You told him that the engine was in great shape. Well, it fell out of the car this morning. I want to know why this sign says Honest John when all them things you're saying ain't so.
I lied.
So I hit him with a stack of papers and ran.
Michael, baby, you could have really been hurt.
Well, now calm down, baby. It's all over.
Yeah, for now. But we gonna get back at those dudes.
No, you ain't getting back at nobody.
Daddy, what kind of club will we be if we let everybody push us around? That's what we stand for. Black pride. If you come down on a guy wearing one of these jackets, you coming down on all of us.
Now, wait a minute, mister. You just back up. The only reason I let you join this club is because you said it stood for self-pride and awareness. But if your club is talking about revenge, then they become nothing but a gang, and you just quit.
Hey, Daddy, you can't take my jacket from me.
Looks to me like I just did. Now, you want to discuss it?
No. What about black pride?
What about it? You don't need no gang for that. You black, just be proud.
I said, everybody take some available right now. And why you ain't got time? I ain't got time. Okay, let's just get out the street. I ain't got time. Oh, I'm gonna leave your award right here. Along with the tax. All right, you do what you like. There you go. All right, very good. All right, my man. Have a good one.
The trifling troglodyte looking ass, big worm on Friday looking ass my yacht is trying to slander me and lie on me because she's upset because I exposed her and said she's not a real doctor. So now, she threatened me with her son, as some of y'all seen the other day when I came on here and I went live and I took it down. I just wanted to let y'all know what was happening. I took it down. This ain't coming down, and the YouTube video ain't coming down. So with that being said, family, we going all the way in now.
What about black on black crime?
What a got on, boy? It's radio. Happy New Year. If you there upon the other side of the world, good morning. If you to stay upon Belize or the States, good evening, good night. Could have did a better accent, but fuck it. What's going on, world? Name's Raheem Flowers, and as you can see, I'm having an Afro-centric dinner. Got the fufu right over here. Got the seasonings, South African seasoning blend. Got the plantains, and I had to cook some rice. Now, you ask, what relevancy does this all have? This all has to do with the man, the prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. the illustrious Dr. Umar Johnson. Well, apparently, from one pro-black to another had a skirmish. Him and one of those dudes in that conscious community, Seti, I believe his name is. I believe he's affiliated with Sonetta and the likes of them. And you know what I find very intriguing? These brothers, and I say brothers loosely, have been having these squaddles lately. These beefs with one another. Whether it be Polite and Sonetta, Umar's ass, and Seti. Shit. This looking like this whole E.D. Du Bois and Honorable Marcus Garvey shit over again. Just in a more modernized, watered down time. Because at least what they were doing was more constructive. And since we're on the topic of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, you know, everybody's going to raise that question, including myself. Where that school at, Dr. Umar? Where the receipts at? We got to see them bank statements, brother, because Lord knows you might be still tricking off those women, just like you were with the concert stripper. Damn, 2 years ago now. But Seti ain't off the hook either, man, because you just got niggas in Detroit. You just a dude, you just a nigga from Detroit just talking. You ain't building anything. And then you wonder why black women run to these white boys. And I'm not by no means encouraging that fuck shit, because then black women want to justify their mammy, bedwenching, Aunt Jemima, treacherous ways. So I ain't letting them off the hook neither. But I also understand that women at large are economic mercenaries. But how could we as black men expect them to swoop in their way to us if we ain't got no solid foundation? And I'm not saying that we should just do this solely off the strength and the backs of black women. We should do this so we can keep something for our kin, pass the baton, keep that torch lit. Because boy, right now, you know what it's looking like? It's looking like an ember. It's looking like a little flare right now. Everybody else is lit. And when I mean lit, I'm not talking about in terms of partying and turning up. I'm talking about in terms of maintaining a certain status quo, maintaining a certain structure. Because right now, shit is looking real sad. Looking sadder than a mime ready to commit suicide. That's how sad that shit looks. But I'm just noticing all this philosophical inconsistency going on. To quote SWP, Sergeant Willie Pete, don't even like that guy. But the point is, even he brings up certain matters. All this time, Umar will run circles around saying something critical about black women. He will say every factor except for black women being one of the main causes for the downfall of the black community. Because a lot of things that Umar says, they aren't untrue. It's just, after a while, it just seems a little incoherent and it seems simpish. I remember what he said on The Breakfast Club. The first time he was on The Breakfast Club, Umar said something about when he's talking about Hotep Niggros and how they're no different from preachers just because you in a dashiki and you go around seem like you preaching the word and you saying something uplifting to black people. That don't mean that you're doing anything for black people in a constructive / substantial manner, right, Umar? So, by your logic then, don't that apply to you? I mean, you say you build a school, you say that you've saved black boys and black girls' lives, and you've helped them, black women, have enough courage and confidence to develop this natural hair and all that stuff. Umar called him a simp-ass nigga. I couldn't help but to laugh.
The black woman over the motherfucking hundreds of years of not having no fucking man to protect her, she is what she is today. And not all of them, not all the goddamn queen is no in the pocket of the white man. There are many that are in the pocket of the white man, but there are many that are standing on the front line of this fucking revolutionary fight right now today. And I give honor to the black queen.
Book, you's a simp ass nigga.
Hi there, Kettle. Name's Pot. Have we met?
215 989 985.
Now I got checked out, but I'm not sexually active. I'm celibate. But
So in short, things aren't looking too well for black people in unification. And when the so-called conscious community can't even get it right and form a union. Too much ego. I mean, when I heard Umar speaking, it sounded like a typical Kanye rant. You were bragging about what you do for black people. You should just do what you're supposed to do for your people and move on. There's nothing wrong with appreciating, compliments from others. That's one thing. But it's another thing when you gas yourself up that much and your fans gas you up that much that you start to have this inflated ego, you ego trip, and you lose sight of what the real goal is. Who gives a damn about this Prince of Pan-Africanism, Umar? Seti, Young Pharaoh, Polite, Sonetta, all y'all fools. I mean, I even think about when I did that previous video about when Tariq and Tommy were bumping heads with each other and Tariq decided to go in Vlad's studio. Like, every person has a message that's supposed to be beneficial to black people. But you seeing that these people are so divisive. Black people have become the main culprits of fucking up black people. And I'm talking about the ones who supposedly have obtained more knowledge than the average black person. So what does that tell you? This is what a clear testament the mighty has fallen. I'm not saying that Marcus Garvey, I'm not saying that W.E.B. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington, James Baldwin, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Stokely Carmichaels. I'm not saying that these Professor Griff, like, I'm not saying these people that don't have their problems, and I'm not saying that they don't have skeletons in their closet. Clearly, everybody does. I know I do. Thing is, though, when is it going to get to a time when you know how to separate the two with your character flaws and just staying true to who you are, just keeping it authentic? But you niggas clearly can't do that shit. You got dudes doing some sideways simping shit, or you got people contradicting themselves at every turn. I could not help but just bust up laughing when I heard Umar's speech. I was like, man, this is like the best thing you ever did, Umar, and that's sad. Something that transmitted negativity and BS, and even got circulated and viral to the point where the man you called a fuckboy, Vlad, had to put that on his channel. And now you just look like another nigga. You look like another Shine, another coon. That's right. You're a psychologist, right, Umar? You just proved to me that the coons really have discovered reverse psychology, flipping the script. You, Seti, all y'all fools. I'm going to remain the anti-hero to blacks and remain a renegade until I start to see some consistent changes. Not just within black people, but within myself as well. Because, A, you know how they have it in Sesame Street? The letter A for accountability. Try it. And don't half-ass it. Because that apology you did, Umar, that seems so reluctant. You were apologizing, and then you had nerve to call other people ungrateful, and you just started going off again. So it's just like a typical apology when they say I'm sorry, then you add a but in there. Yeah. Umar, you slipping. All y'all slipping in the conscious pro-black Afrocentric community. Growing up in it, being enveloped in it myself, and even being a part of it and claiming all this, I realized as I got older how much bullshit it is. I realized how zealous black people have gotten by trying to have this mystifying way of glorifying whatever accomplishments that we've made. And we made a lot of great accomplishments, but we have made a lot of shortcomings, and we made a lot of mistakes and failures too. But you want to sweep that under the carpet by having Arab names? Get it? Well, either way, you're going to live a life full of regret because y'all couldn't just stay true. And you had to just put on this cloak. To me, y'all not any better than white supremacy, because I mean, you would think somebody of your caliber would be wise enough to not fall in the bear traps of this white supremacist system that you rant and rave about all day. But I guess you're not as woke and conscious as you think you are. I'm out.